Okay, welcome to Crash Test Hockey. This is my first video. Let's talk about the Karlsson trade. I know I'm a little bit late to the show here, but let's go over some of the details in it and a few other things I'd like to throw in opinion-wise. Starting with San Jose. They get an all-star defenseman who, on a bad year last year, had 62 points on a bad team. Then they also got Francis Perron, a left wing from the AHL, who had 15 points in 44 games in the AHL last year at 22 years old. I believe he's really just a warm body replacement for a player who went the other way, and we'll get to that. Now, who did Ottawa get? Because we all know how Doug Wilson made out with this, like a bandit. Bandit Wilson. Now, Ottawa got Chris Tierney, a really good third-line center, which is what he was doing on San Jose. He had 17 goals and 23 assists for 40 points at 24 years old last year. And, again, he had a bit of a coming-out year. And apparently he's really good on special teams as well. In Ottawa, if Duchesne happens to walk as a UFA or is even traded before the year is out, Chris Tierney could be Ottawa's future #1 center. Think about that. They also got Dylan DeMello, a defenseman who in 63 NHL games last year had 20 assists, 0 goals at 25 years old. You're looking at about a 4, 5, 6 depth defenseman here. Prospects. Now, here's where there is a lot of debate about people saying, Ottawa didn't get enough, and so on and so forth. And well, let's start with Josh Norris. Now, in the Hockey News, on the top 10 prospects for each team, Hockey News ranks Josh Norris #1 among all their prospects, ahead of Ryan Merkley, who's #2. Now, he plays in the Big Ten, and in 37 games, he had 23 points at 19 years old last year. Again, the Hockey News describes him as a two-way pivot with sweet hands and a quick release, with athletic and a focused hockey IQ. But more people, ironically, are actually talking about the #5 ranked prospect in San Jose's pool by the Hockey News, who is the left-wing player in the AHL, who was essentially part of this player swap here for Perron. Rudolph Balcers had 23 goals and 25 assists in 67 games for 48 points at 21 years old. He played for Latvia in the Worlds, I believe, and I think it was a game against Sweden when he tied the game. I'm going to say it was the third period, but in any case, go look this guy up online and try and find that goal. It was dirty. He weaved in and out about 3 players, 4 or 5 if you include his own. And it was one of the most beautiful goals I've ever seen in a long time. NHL, AHL, international, whatever. It was gorgeous. So this could really be the diamond in the rough for Ottawa. I know I'm probably butchering his name here. I don't know if it's Rudolph or Rudolphs or Rudolph's Balcers or Rudolph Balcer or Balker. Who knows? I'm sorry. Let's move on to the picks. Hockey News also describes Rudolph Balcers, because I haven't said his name enough, as a player with a creative stick, smooth skating, and soft hands who needs to strengthen legs for balance. Well, it sure didn't look like he needed to strengthen his legs on that goal he scored for Latvia. The picks. Now, the first pick, one of the first picks that Ottawa gets is a first rounder. And I have 2019 and 2020 here because this 2019 is also part of the Buffalo Sabres trade for Evander Kane. Now, if San Jose makes the playoffs, Buffalo gets San Jose's 2019 pick. And I think we're all in agreement here, it's pretty safe to say that they're not only going to make the playoffs, but they're going to make some big noise. Hence why 2020 is underlined, which is what Ottawa will most likely be getting. They also get a second round pick in 2019, and then they also get 2 conditional picks, which really is only 1 pick, but I'll tell you why in the details here. I'm going to look at a report here from Elliot Friedman, and the first conditional pick says that should the Sharks sign Karlsson to a contract extension, which we'll talk about in a little bit, Ottawa receives San Jose's second-round selection in 2021, which would upgrade to a first-round selection, not lottery protected, if San Jose reaches a Stanley Cup final in 2019. Very possible. There's a lot of competition there. Winnipeg, Nashville, Vegas, maybe even St. Louis now. And that's without any other surprises. So there's still a rough road, but Burns, Vlasic, Karlsson, I wouldn't want to take a penalty against the Sharks this coming season. So that's good news for Ottawa fans. That second pick could turn into a first, but really, does it really matter? If you get a first round pick and they go to finals, it's going to be a 30th or 31st pick, which essentially is kind of a second round pick. And even the first round pick up here will most likely be pretty high. My educated guess, I'd say anywhere from 25 and up and higher, which again is sort of like a second round pick, a high second round pick. Anyways, back to the conditional picks. The second one, which we haven't talked about yet, is that if Karlsson is on an Eastern Conference roster, reserve list, during the 2018-19 season, the Senators will receive an additional first-round pick from the Sharks. Let's just call this the Hoffman Clause, really. If you aren't familiar with the Hoffman trade, Ottawa traded Hoffman to San Jose. They traded him, period, because of the drama going on between Hoffman and Karlsson's wives or girlfriends or fiancés or whatever. And it was, things were going bad in the dressing room, hence which last year was kind of a what kind of show, and so they didn't want to trade. They had a better offer from Florida, but didn't want to trade Hoffman to a team in their own division or even in the conference. Sometimes teams don't want to do that, but if you get a really good offer, you take the best offer, in my opinion, especially if you're not going to be making much noise the next year. You trade a good player and you get picks back from a team that's already a contender. The picks are going to be high, right? So they traded Hoffman to San Jose, and Doug Wilson, the Bandit, then flip-flopped him to Florida and got a better deal from Florida than what Ottawa got from Wilson. So that was pretty amazing. The Bandit. And so that's why that clause is in there in the first place, because they don't want San Jose to flip Karlsson back to the East, which I think is pretty safe to say that ain't happening. Nope. Nah. Yeah. So the cat or the dog or all the above are scratching at the door. So my apologies for any noise you might hear. Anyways, I just realized I'm doing this without a mic too. We'll see how this sounds. So let's take a step back for a second. How bad will Ottawa be next year? Just recap really quickly. If you look at their team a year ago, on paper, it's almost as if half the team is completely changed. It's like a video game almost. It's crazy. And Ottawa could be bad for a really long time. My heart goes out to you, Ottawa. And I think this problem is not necessarily, Pierre Dorion, they get started with Murray, and I think Eugene Melnyk is playing puppet master, but I'm not telling Senator fans anything they don't know already. So until he sells a team, which doesn't seem like that's going to happen, unless he loses a lot more money, and then maybe the team moves. I hope not. But if I was an Ottawa fan and I saw Melnyk in a restaurant, I'd be buying him the fattest, juiciest steak. Because the only way he's selling that team is switching hands is if he has a heart attack. Now, I'm just being facetious, obviously. I don't wish any harm on Eugene Melnyk, but he doesn't seem to want to let go of this team. Not unless someone really offers him stupid money, like overpays for the team. And anyways, let's end this video on a good note. Let's talk about the Sharks. Will Karlsson resign? At this moment, obviously Doug Wilson, I don't think would have traded for Karlsson unless there was a good chance, and he seems intent on doing so. To this point, he hasn't signed him yet, but I wouldn't expect that to happen necessarily anytime soon. I think Karlsson wants to really settled in with the team and his new home and so on and so forth. But the only issue with that is I don't think he's getting Drew Doughty money. I don't know how high the Sharks are to the cap, but I think they're close, and I think he may, in my opinion, he might have to take a bit of a haircut compared to Doughty's contract, which is 8 years, if for $88 million, which is $11 million a year. I'm not sure San Jose can afford that, but so in saying all that, what will the Sharks' window be? Now, if they sign Karlsson, obviously their window to contend for a Stanley Cup is going to be longer. But really, I mean, a lot of their top players, Couture, Pavelski, they're hitting their early to mid 30s. Joe Thornton, this is going to be his last year. Brent Burns is up there as well. I'd say, if they sign Karlsson, I'd say, 4 years. You never know. I mean, Doug Wilson has been known to steal players for next to nothing off other teams, so maybe he fixes that on the way. But at this point, if they sign Karlsson, I'd say 3 to 4 years. 3 to 4 year window. And I think that's about it. What do you think about this trade? Who do you think won? What would you have gotten if you were Pierre Dorion from the Sharks for Karlsson? And is the doom and gloom about Ottawa all that bad? Or can something good come from this? And the Sharks, how far do you think they're going to go? Anyways, thanks for watching. Sorry for this being a bit of a long video. I'll try and make the others definitely shorter than this. Till next time, please hit that like button if you liked the video. Smash that subscribe button if you really liked it. Tell your friends, share away, and I'll see you soon.